I'm at the office today. It's a Saturday. Nobody's here. I am all alone in the entire building probably because it's also national holiday. And I was like, I'd like some coffee. And I have the camera with me and I was like, I haven't made this video so far. So I have 2 espresso machines at the office. It's quite a decent setup. I've been loving them so far. So I have an Olympus, I'm so used to it from cameras. I have an Olympia Cremina. This is from 1973 or so, I think. Yeah, it's I think from 1973. And I have a Zacconi Riviera. And the difference is that the Olympia Express Cremina is a direct lever, so you just push down and it just extrudes the coffee. And the Zacconi is a spring lever. And I used to have a La Pavone here, a brass La Pavone, but I sold it to a friend because he really likes them. And I was using it too, but I was like, I have 3 machines at the office and I don't even come to the office every day, so why would I have 3? So why do I have 2, you might ask? The reason for 2 machines is actually quite simple. In the morning I drink a larger amount of coffee, so I use the Olympia Cremina with a bottomless double plus. So it's not a triple, but it is larger than the original basket. Double plus basket. And for the Zacconi, I used Zacconi always in the afternoon, after lunchtime, because it gives a very nice single espresso. Although it looks larger in the group, the Zacconi has less of a volume in the group, and the Cremina can actually extrude more water. And the Zacconi will have its own video one day because I have to show you guys how I did the gaskets, because the gaskets are actually self-made. I've actually poured silicone into self-made forms to create the gaskets, but that's for some other day. Today I'm at the office. I've had a long morning where I was walking around the city, and now I just want some coffee. And I'm gonna show you guys the cool thing about the Cremina, although I'm not going to be using it. So I built my own little lighting setup. Behind there is a 3D printed white plastic in order to diffuse this light and make it look nicer. It uses a standard bulb, so I could change it any given time. And it's isolated. The boiler is insulated with ceramic wool, which I now know is not healthy if it's open, but this, as you can see, is not open. It's a closed machine, so it's fine. If you ever restore a machine, do not do the insulation with ceramic wool. That is apparently a big issue. If it goes in your lungs, it causes little rips because their fibers it's just so tiny. So we turn that off and we turn on the afternoon machine. And both of these machines have the same thing. Also the La Pavone had the same thing where you have to degas the machine. So when I turn this on right now, it's going to increase, it's going to go up to pressure, and but first it has a false pressure. And there is no false pressure valves in this. While it increases the pressure in the beginning, for some reason it increases the pressure, but it's not really up to temperature. So you need to release the pressure, close it, and then it will increase to the right pressure and the right temperature. I will demonstrate that in a second. For now, I'll let it heat up. I'm just gonna go get some clean cups. I'm gonna clean my cups, and then I'll show you the releasing of this pressure. The machine is not very clean right now. I apologize for that. It is beautifully polished chrome. I got it like this. I restored it. Yeah, and I enjoy using it, especially for single espresso. For double, it's not really nice because you have to do this thing called Felini, but I'll show that in a second. Now we reach the pressure, but as you can see it's at 1.5 bar, but this pressure is not correct. And the way to see this, I'm going to open the steam wand and it's going to sink immediately because there is no false pressure valve in this machine. There's an overpressure valve, but no false pressure valve, which means that there is no function of releasing this false pressure other than you literally just releasing it yourself. And as you can see, look at the meter here, and it's going to drop significantly the second I open it. And that right there is the actual pressure, so the actual temperature and the corresponding pressure. So when I close this now, it's going to slowly rise back to the right pressure, and this time it's going to be warm. Other methods of increasing the temperature is that you can just literally do up and down with the lever, which will suck in the water and press it back into the tank, back and forth, which will heat up the group here, and it's going to be at the right temperature. As you can see, I don't have any sort of measuring strip for the temperature, because to be very honest with you, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I know that this at the right pressure after a while or so is going to give me wonderful espresso. My computer is running in the background. I have to get to work. I will get this done now. What I do for the espresso is the following. So I'll take out the portafilter. My machine is at the right pressure. I'll take my beans. I keep them in the fridge, and just a little bit I put in this little box, little container, and then I'll just measure it by volume. I know I should be measuring it by weight. My scale is at home, and actually, to be honest with you, it has been at home for a while, because this works. Yes, it's not the most precise thing in the world, but it works. Then I put it in my grinder. Now I'll be grinding this. I have this little funnel that I put on. That's wonderful. Now I will use the WD tool, just give it a little, give it a little thing. And this already, let me just show you real quick, this already looks quite decent. As you can see, the WD tool really does wonders. And now I'll just press this down, put a puck screen on it, and then we're gonna make coffee. Okay. I always press on this table because I don't want to damage the wood on this. Just want to make sure it's flat. Next, puck screen. And what I do after the puck screen is I take this to the trash and I use one of these blowers to blow any coffee powder around that may be, because I don't want it sucked back into the group of this. And you'll see in a second why that is. Okay. Now we're up to pressure. We're going to put the portafilter in. Twist it in place. It's quite good. Now we have the cup placed right under it. Now when I press it down, I'll have to do Felini. What is the Felini move? The Felini move is basically when there is not enough water. And what that means is I push this down like so. Oops, that was a little too much. Now first it drips a little too fast because it's sucked up right now, the puck. And first it pushes the water around it, so first you don't get this pre-infusion that's super nice. I get a little bit too much liquid, and now when I release this is going to activate the spring and it will start flowing. The issue is the volume of this chamber is not enough. It is, well, it's fairly enough for a single espresso, but I want it a little too long, a little longer. So halfway down, I will gently press it down again, fully up. Now I release it, and now this is the end of the espresso. I'll let that flow till the end. Now it's done. This is why I have the puck screen, because when you do the Felini move, you will be sucking up that already wetted coffee particles into the group, and that's going to damage your gaskets after a while. Now I'm done with my espresso. I don't want to get dirty, so I put this glass bowl under it, and it is done. I will leave this drip till the end, and I will leave the machine turned on, and you'll see that in a second, but first I will drink my coffee. And now we have the coffee. It looks beautiful. I'll actually bring it up close. I'm not sure if you can see. Well, let me just focus. As you can see, it's quite a decent cup. Well, and I will wait a little for the machine. Still, it's going to be turned on as I sip my coffee. It's the right amount of liquid I want in there. I need to wipe these machines because they look kind of dirty right now to me. So now it has dripped enough. I will pull off the portafilter from the machine, set it aside, and what I do next is for the long-term longevity of my gaskets, I will pull up this little bowl and then I will flush the group gently, just a little. And that should 90% of the time get rid of all the particles that are in there, and keep it clean, keep it running for a long time. And then I can just turn off my machine. I do not release the pressure right away, whereas also you could. Just listen to this beauty. And it makes nice sounds, I'll just say it as it is. I enjoy the machine. I enjoy both of these machines, and I just wanted to show you guys today what kind of a setup I have at the office. Yeah, if you're ever in Vienna and you want to have some coffee from these machines, hit me up. In the description I will put the link for my account and for our photography group's account, where we meet monthly and have coffee together and go around taking photos. You are very welcome to join, and I'll go back to work.